Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, it's an exciting one, for me at least. I am in my third trimester. Like, can you believe it? I feel like, honestly, time has gone really fast, but also really slow. Like, my cat is so whiny back here. But, I am so excited now that I'm in my third trimester. It's like the home stretch. We got this. He wants to say hi to everyone. This is little Simba. He's a little fatty. But, yeah, so I am so excited to be doing my second trimester recap. The second trimester is exactly what everyone tells you. It is like a whole 180 from the first trimester. I'm only 1 week into my third trimester and I feel it. Like, my body hurts. My body hurt in my second trimester, but like the bigger he gets and the bigger that I get, the more I'm just in so much pain. But I wrote down week by week like my symptoms and everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna start from 13 weeks. I'm gonna start from 21 weeks because I did my 20-week recap. So if you guys haven't seen that video, I can link it down below for you guys. I'm gonna do my 21 weeks to my 27 weeks and go from there. So first thing that I wrote down is 21 weeks. I really started noticing that my belly button started to change. I remember this like it was yesterday. The one night I was lotioning on my belly, getting ready for bed, and I noticed that my belly button was starting to look like an outie. And my belly button is a super innie, like super innie. And I never, ever thought that it would have like popped, which is, it didn't pop at 21 weeks, but I didn't think that it would have even started to like become an outie that soon in the game. It didn't bother me as far as like I was insecure. It was just like, wow, like I'm pregnant. Like, my body's changing physically, and it was just like, wow, like it was an experience that I didn't think would happen that quick. And then moving on to 22 weeks, I started really having middle back pain, and the way that I sit at work doesn't help with doing lashes all day. You sit down and then you hunch over. So like, it's like if you bring your shoulders forward and your like stomach muscles are like pushed back, it puts a toll on your body pre-pregnant, not even pregnant related. And then when you add pregnancy on top, it is like a whole different ball game. And honestly, it's been rough. Each week since then has been getting progressively worse. Like last night, I literally bawled my eyes out calling my mom because I was in so much pain. And it's been rough. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I definitely feel like the bigger you get, the more pains that are gonna happen. And mine started at 23 weeks. It started to get bad, but it wasn't to where it is now, obviously, because he's getting bigger. But yeah, man, my body is just sore, and my feet are always hurting, like if I'm on my feet for too long. 2 weeks is kind of when my body started to really feel it. And also, not talking just physical, emotional, I really felt like at 22 weeks, I was becoming very emotional. Like, I was starting to get lonely feeling, and I'm not lonely. I'm always around people. My husband's always there for me, and like we're always doing stuff, but I don't know about my hormones or what, but especially that week, like I don't know why, but I just felt like so lonely. I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be left out, but I am not very like emotional like that at all. I never really get like in my feels about stuff. Like, I am a loner at heart. Like, I like to be alone. I like to just do my own thing sometimes. But I like really hit me that week, especially, like I was like, I don't want to be alone. I don't know. I was feeling all these changes, and just having people around kind of like distracted me. So definitely around 22 weeks is when a lot of things started happening. and shifting in my body. 23 weeks, I wrote down severe rib and back pain. And this is when it kind of kicked up a notch, when I started not only to feel it in my back, but I started feeling it in my ribs. And the best way I can describe it is someone like takes, and this is not all the time, this is mainly after me working all day, someone is like taking chains on both sides of my ribs and pulling them apart. And I talked to my doctor about this, and he's saying that, you know, it's baby related, that he's probably up under my ribs or pressing on my ribs. And the way that I sit at work, I think because I am so hunched and I'm sitting all day long, I feel like it moves him up underneath my ribs. And then by the time I go home, I'm just in severe pain. 23 weeks is also when I started getting swollen feet at the end of the night. Not every night, not at all, but just like if I was on my feet a lot, if I was sitting a lot. I think also sitting a lot, it cuts off your circulation. I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about that. They kind of put swelling with like if you're on your feet all day, but that also is if you're sitting all day, because I feel like it must like cut off some type of circulation and then your feet swell. So, and swelling of your feet does not feel great at all. Then your legs start to like throb, and it's all fun from there. But 24 weeks, I really thought that like, I was like, wow, like his movements feel big. And looking back that I wrote that then to now, like I can only imagine like how much has changed in that little bit of time. But honestly, his movements felt big to me. Like I was starting to notice like my belly rolling, and like you could see my belly being lopsided if he was more on my left or right side. You could really see like movements in like on the outside of my belly. You could see them like around 21, 22 weeks, but these were like big movements. They weren't just like little thuds. These were like full body movements, and if you would put your like hands on my belly, you could feel him rolling. And I feel like that was like the biggest part where I was like, oh my gosh, like he's getting bigger. And that like really made me excited, because come on, like the bigger you get, obviously the bigger he's getting. And then to feel that and to visualize like, wow, like I'm going to have my baby soon and he's in there, and it's just such an amazing feeling. And I know I'm just like babbling on and on, but I can't even describe like how blessed I truly feel to be able to carry a pregnancy. As I talked before, I miscarried my first pregnancy, and that made me truly, truly, truly believe that this is such a blessing and such a miracle that our bodies can do this. And I am very thankful, and every time that he moves, and it's just a little reminder of like how amazing being a woman truly is. And I am so thankful that God let me be a mom and, you know, allowed me to get pregnant and to carry him safely. And I could just go on and on about it all day long, but I am truly so excited to be a mom and to meet this little boy. And yeah, so moving on. 25 weeks was my baby shower week, which I was so excited. And I just really wanted to see like all that I got and start putting everything away in the nursery. And I will say I did it pretty earlier than like normal, but I was so thankful that I did it at 25 weeks and not when I was really big, because then I was able to move around a lot more, and then it gave me so much more time to put clothes away and put everything away, get the diapers organized, get my house organized before the baby comes. I did not want to be scrambling at the last minute and worried about, oh wait, I didn't clean this, or I didn't organize these, and not knowing what I was going to need. And so doing my baby shower a little bit early was honestly such a blessing, because we had good weather. We did it outside. We had fun with it. We had the guys come later to join us for Chad. Then Chad had like a little guy baby shower too. And it was just a really good time. We just made it like a little party. It wasn't anything crazy, nothing over the top, but I loved that we just did it early and got it out of the way. The 26 weeks is when I would say I started, I don't want to say it was like nesting per se, because I don't really know like what nesting is or when that starts or whatever, but at 26 weeks is when I kind of was like, all right, I am getting close to the end of my second trimester. I want to start cleaning clothes. I want to start putting clothes away. I want to see what exactly I have as far as sizes. I really wanted to narrow down what I bought, what I got from my baby shower, everything like that. I really wanted to see kind of like what else I needed to buy. If I had a bunch of newborn and I didn't have enough of 3 to 6, then I know that I need to stock up on those sizes. So I wanted to kind of get ahead of the game and start organizing things. Just mainly for the fact of just seeing what else I needed to buy, because I don't want to be with a baby and he's too big for newborn, and then I go to put him in 3 to 6 months and I barely have any clothes, or vice versa. I have a small baby, and which I don't think he's going to be small because he's been measuring big, so I don't know. But I didn't want to have not enough newborn, and so I just wanted to have like good ratios of each sizes and see kind of like what else I needed in the nursery, not only clothing wise, but like bath supplies, towels, blankets, books, everything like that. So I kind of went into like a little nesting mode of, all right, let's start getting this nursery finalized. And it truly helped with like calming my nerves down. And I like that the fact that it's organized now, so I can see what else I need to buy for the remainder of my pregnancy, if there's any big items I need to buy, or if there's any small items I need to buy, and just like that. So 26 weeks was definitely the week where I was like, all right, we're getting close to the third trimester, let's kick it into gear. And I know that a lot of people are like, you're psycho, because it was only 26 weeks, but it has really helped. And if it's something that you want to do, or if you don't want to do, then do it. It's your own pregnancy. I am not pushing this is what you need to do. Like, I'm not pushing that at all. I'm just saying what has worked for me as far as helping me like calm down a little bit, because I'm a very let's go, let's go, let's go type of person, and I don't procrastinate. And so kind of keeping like each week something fun to do for the baby makes it more exciting, and I feel like it makes time go a little bit faster. So yeah, if that's kind of like how you are, then I suggest just doing it. Don't feel the pressure of other people being like, oh, it's too soon, or if you want to wait late and people are like, oh, you need to do it, then do what's going to be best for you and just take your time with it, and you'll know when it's time to like kick it into gear. But moving on to 27 weeks, I felt like my belly really, really popped this week, and I have had a belly, like I feel like I started showing early, but for some reason when I look back at these pictures of each week that I've taken them, I felt like 27 weeks really stands out to me. Like, I feel like I really popped at 27 weeks. And I don't know, I feel like it just looks like I feel pregnant. Like I'm definitely pregnant, obviously, and I'm definitely like far enough along, but in every outfit I wear, baggy clothes, tight clothes, sweatpants, anything, I look pregnant, and I love that now. There's some outfits before that I could kind of get away with like not looking pregnant, but I love the fact that every outfit that I wear, it's very noticeable that I'm pregnant, and I love it. So also, this week we did a 4D ultrasound, and he was so stubborn in there. He did not want to cooperate literally at all. We actually had to go twice, because the first time we literally saw him for 3 minutes out of the whole hour appointment, because he's head down, but he faced the back, like his body was facing the back, And so he wouldn't budge at all, even though the poor sonogram lady was like really trying her hardest, but he did not want to cooperate. But we still got some really cute photos. And then the second time we went, I was so nervous that he wasn't going to cooperate again, but he did. I mean, he was a little stubborn with it, but he did. We did the 4D, obviously, but whenever she went in to like look, he was in a good position, but his legs were up over top of his head. So he's a little gymnast in there. He likes to be all squirrel, like all tight in there. But the funny part about it is he was chewing on his umbilical cord, and I didn't even know that was a thing. I had no idea that was a thing. So I was like, oh my gosh, is that okay? Like, all concerned. And she's like, oh, it's fine. She's like, you know, that might mean he's a good nurser. And I was like, well, that's good. But then he also had his legs above his head, but he had his toe, like his foot in front of his face, and his toes digging in his eye. I was like, can this child just cooperate so I can get a cute picture? But he's so cute. I love him so much already. But yeah, so overall, second trimester, it was a lot different as far as things still like sucked. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. A lot of people are like, oh, second trimester is the best thing ever. But it's better than the first trimester because you're not sick. You're not throwing up. You're not, like, you have all the signs of pregnancy, but you have nothing to show for it, I feel like, unless you show early. But I was so sick from about 10 weeks to 16 weeks. So once I hit second trimester, I thought that I was, like, on vacation mode, like, wow, like, I feel great. But then towards the middle to the end is when kind of my body started to, like, kick into gear, like, okay, my back's starting to hurt, my feet are sore, and yeah, it definitely was not ideal. Like, definitely had some really bad nights, and I've had some good nights. It just depends on kind of like how active I was throughout the day. Also, a really big thing is I started to lactate, and I didn't think that was a thing either. I thought that would have happened maybe closer towards the end, like 35, 36, 37 weeks. But I started to leak, and it's not every day and it's not constant, but it's like more like when they're like stimulated. So like when I'm like I notice it every time I get out of the shower, because I feel like the hot water. And then I also notice it like if I'm not wearing a bra and I'm just wearing like a t-shirt, I don't know, maybe just like the friction of my shirt. I know that's super weird, but maybe just like the friction of my shirt on like that area makes them leak. But those are like the two times that I've really noticed like leaking like that. But yeah, it's crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's happening. Like my boobs are changing, and that is really legit a big thing. Like my boobs have changed a lot, a lot. Those have probably changed the most on me throughout this whole pregnancy. They have gone up in sizes, like a lot of sizes. And I have noticed that like I have like blue veins like on my chest now. They say that's completely normal with like all the hormones and everything. And like I said, I'm lactating, so that's a big thing. And then that's the only spot that I have stretch marks as of now. I started getting them like on like the sides right here. They're clear. They're not red or pink. So it's very like, I don't think anybody else could see them, but I obviously am like inspecting. So every night when I'm lotioning, I'm always like looking to see like if anything's changing or if I'm getting stretch marks, and I have some in that area. They're on the sides of my boobs, so really, like I said, I've been oiling up with like the best things ever that are like recommended, and I'm still getting some. Like I said, they're not irritated, they're not red, they're not purple, they're more clear, and they're maybe like 2 or 3 maybe on each side, and they're like this big and they're really little. But I'm obviously going to notice them because it's my body and I'm looking at it every day. And it's not a big deal at all. I just wanted to point that out to you guys. And I am going to feel beautiful no matter what. I am raising, or not raising, but I am growing a child, and that's what comes with it, is changes to your body. So I am just putting that out there just to let you guys know like when I started noticing some changes. And then I feel like that's basically it. I do feel like the second trimester felt like it went really fast, but also, like I said, really slow, just because you anticipate, let me just put it this way, 13 weeks to 20 weeks takes forever. Those weeks take forever because you're waiting for the anatomy scan. A lot of people are waiting for the gender. So 13 to 20 is like, those 7 weeks suck. Those were so long. But then the 20 to 27 weeks went so fast, just because it was like a blink of an eye. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's been 7 weeks since my anatomy scan, and that felt like it was the longest 7 weeks prior to that. So I thought it was going to take a while to get to my third trimester, but I think about that now and I'm like, wow, I'm already 29 weeks, and I think back to my anatomy scan and it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. So I'm like, I'm hoping that I have the same attitude whenever we flip the script and we're like, oh, we have like 9 weeks to go till we meet the baby. So I will keep updating you guys. If you have any questions about anything pregnancy related or anything like that, leave it down in the comments below. I love to get back to you guys. And thank you guys so much for hitting 1,000 subscribers. And I did a little name reveal in my baby shower video. His name is Jet. And we are so excited to let you guys know his name, just because now we can talk about it freely, and it wasn't a big secret. We just kind of wanted like just hold on to it just for a little bit longer, just us knowing. But yeah, we're naming him Jet Jameson. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all for my recap and all for my symptoms. I'm going to show you guys a little belly update right now. So as of right now, like in a shirt, this is what it looks like. And then let me show you my belly button. So my belly button has definitely become an outie, and my belly button ring piercings definitely are like stretched and they're like red because there's a whole lot of baby up in here. But you can probably tell I started to get the linea nigra. It is not very dark. It is a little bit lighter, and I'm glad, because they say that if you're out in the sun more, it will make your belly like more prominent to a darker line. This whole summer being pregnant, I wore one pieces, so I did not get my like belly out in a lot of sun, so I think that's why it's lighter. But yeah, you can definitely see it. It's not dark, like I said, but my belly button is a little bit of an outie now. It's not an innie anymore. And then yeah, so this is the belly. I haven't really showed you guys like a full-on belly update, but it's so funny. This tattoo used to be a hip tattoo. Now it's like a rib and a stomach tattoo. But yeah, so I will keep you guys updated throughout the whole rest of my pregnancy and everything leading up to it. And then eventually we're going to turn this YouTube channel into a family channel, and we're going to do family vlogs. So please subscribe if you haven't already. There's a lot more content to be out for you guys. And like I said before, if you have any comments, or questions or anything, leave them down in the comments down below. And before you leave, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.